Football Spy Extra is all about your views on the big transfer stories, and today there is only one story in town. Desperate Man City's pursuit of the AC Milan superstar Kaka is not dead, according to the assistant City boss Mark Bowen. In fact, the BBC website reports the move is very close. ArabianBusiness.com says it's very, very far away. I still think the whole thing's madness, and some of you now agree. On YouTube, 15 Tribal 15 says Kaka will never go to City. Just look at the table. You aren't pushing for any title, City fans, and don't bother mentioning Robinho. He only came there because of the money, and he doesn't care about your club. Face it, if Kaka comes, he won't care either. Sid Harthlaha says, well done, Darren. You couldn't be more right about City. They've got all the money in the world, but not enough brains to use it wisely. It takes more than money to attract players. Well, most players. Robinho is an exception. Until the current side starts performing, I don't see any of the big stars coming to the blue side of Manchester. Zygam says, hi Darren, I'm going to agree with you. I can't see Kaka leaving AC Milan for struggling City, so it looks like we won't see the bear suit. Well, not for this reason anyway. And I'm very worried about Jimmy Sides. Very worried. He says here, bear suit? You sound so confident, so why not up the ante? How about a bra, French knickers, stockings and suspenders? Very, very worried, Jimmy Sides. Very worried indeed. Sam Flan says, I'd like to see players like Kaka and Messi come to the Premier League, but to Man City, do me a favour. And James Cornford says, Man City seem to have the mentality of a 12-year-old playing Football Manager. And I like this from Crispy in 4 Feet of Snow, he says. He writes here, hi Darren, Kaka for 100 million? Are they crazy? Do you agree that if they buy 2 central defenders, they'd be a good side? What about Philipp Lahm from Bayern Munich or Arne Friedrich at Hertha Berlin? A great team builds from defence and not the other way around. I think we need to get this message to the old man of Manchester before it's too late. Crispy, I agree with every word you say there, but sadly I think it is too late. On the Football Spy blogs page, Jace is now a lone voice in the wilderness. He says here, I've been watching Spy for a long time now, and I've been a fan of the show, which is why I keep tuning in every day. But it was amusing for me to see how passionately you dismissed Kaka joining City and told me I was dreaming about David Villa coming as well. Well, here is the news, he says. Valencia are about to sign Palacios from Boca Juniors before allowing Villa to leave. You can laugh and dismiss it, mate, but I'm waiting for the transfer deadline down February the 2nd for that smirk to be wiped off your face. Get that bear suit ready. We'll see, Jace. We'll see. Now, I'm going to read a second message from Jace because I think it sums up the spirit of Football Spy. He says here, I just want to say after the last show, I noticed quite a lot of the responses to you were quite heated. I suggest let's keep things calm to all the posters. And sure, you may disagree with our posts and we can disagree with your views, but let's hope it doesn't turn into mindless personal jibes. Cheers, love the show, Jace. Excellent post, and I totally agree. And a good point to bring on our first video poster here on Football Spy Extra. Hopefully more of you will follow. Hannah, our old friend, she's got a bee in her bonnet about her favourite player, Carlos Tevez.
Hi Darren, it's your favourite United fan back again. I just watched Football Spy Extra. It was a really good show. Obviously you mentioned Carlos Tevez. I hope he stays at United, I really, really do. Because I absolutely love him. The fans, I know other fans that I know love him, and he works so hard. And I hope he stays. I really, really do.
Now we hear that Tevez is very unhappy, Hannah, with not playing much, but that might change now with Rooney out injured for 3 weeks with a hamstring injury. We'll see. Now some transfer news in brief for you that's broken today. West Brom have signed the Nancy striker Marc-Antoine Fortune on loan for the rest of the season. Birmingham have lined up the Argentina striker Mariano Pavoni from Real Betis as an alternative to their main transfer target, Rangers' Chris Boyd. Sunderland boss Ricky Sabraja says there's absolutely no way he would sell Kenwyne Jones to Spurs and that none of his players will be leaving. That's on the Press Association wires. And the Ivory Coast international Arthur Boca has rejected an offer of better wages from Spurs to sign a new one-year deal with Bundesliga side Stuttgart. Frank Lampard is pleaded with Didier Drogba to stay at Chelsea, according to thisislondon.co.uk, and Bolton have decided against offering a contract to Brazilian Denilson after his trial finished at the Reebok Stadium. Bolton also abandoned their interest in Fulham's Jimmy Bullard, says SkySports.com. Couple of other messages, and on the Spy Blogs page, Darren rocks my socks, like that name. He's asking, do you think Juve can win the Scudetto this season? P.S. Great show, keep up the good work, thanks very much. Sadly, no though, I don't see Juve winning the Scudetto. I've seen a lot of Inter Milan's games this season, and they have perfected the skill Chelsea used to have of going ahead and closing games down. They're top, and I expect them to stay there under Jose Mourinho. Chelsea fan in Australia is asking if there'll be any signings at Stamford Bridge. It says, what's the use of having superstar players when we aren't winning simple matches that could potentially mean the title? Well, it doesn't look like there will be any signings, Chelsea fan. Scolari's been told money's too tight, and the big problem for me is motivation at Stamford Bridge. Drogba clearly wants out. The likes of John Terry and Frank Lampard and Petr Cech as well. They're not performing as well as we all know they can. A few quick ones, and Spurs has posted asking about Stephen Hunt at Reading, Charles Nzogbia at Newcastle, and the Canadian-born Dutch midfielder Jonathan de Guzman, who plays for Feyenoord. Well, Hunt and Nzogbia, they're both possibilities for Tottenham, and Nzogbia in particular wants out of Newcastle. De Guzman, no, purely because Harry Redknapp has said that he only wants to go for players that he knows going into the second half of the season. And Robert Smith's a Man U fan asking about Benzema from Lyon. Not now, Robert, possibly in the summer for him. Also, he's asking about Fabian Delph at Leeds. United do like him, but Leeds want silly money, so no go there either. And in the Spy Office, to give you any further updates on the breaking news, keep your messages coming, whether they're video messages or text messages, and I will see you soon.